Hello, my wild and wonderful air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is so spectacular to be with you here this evening for me, but wherever in time and space this may find you. Air signs or air energy, I wanted to also just say, as although this is with the intention for the air sign specifically, also remember that it is the element of air and that energy. So if you are feeling particularly like you need a message within your heart space, I would listen to the water signs. If you are needing some guidance more in the physical realm, listen to the fire signs, etc. So as much as this is Gemini, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, also remember that you can obviously read energies interchangeably. So, blessed beings, I'm going to do an element spread for you here tonight and then pull an overall, just general guidance card for each of you. So, what is our message, please, for my lovely air elements? I feel like this wants to come out. So we'll just go with that. Okay. Cards are jumping. Are you feeling like a cat on a hot tin roof? Want to get going? Okay, we're going. We're going. All right, what was this? Awareness. Beautiful. Gosh. Okay. Air energy for air signs. Very fitting. All right, guys. At the bottom of our spread, in your earth element, we have the dream. So in the earth space, this is speaking to your home space, how you are feeling in the physical realm. And the dream is all about getting caught up in, I don't want to say the lies society tells us, but definitely getting caught up in this fictitious, I'm going to find something, someone, some place, some space that completes me. And there's nothing out there that can do that. It is internal. So the dream is a call to be aware of that. And particularly because it's in the earth space, to be aware of that within the physical realm. Make sure that you're not spending too much time caught up in your daydreams, caught up of where you might be wishing your life is, because wherever you are right now, God has circled on a map for you. This is where you're supposed to be. And nothing will make you feel, even if you found your twin flame soulmate, however you want to put it, that would still not give you that sense of inner completion. It would be temporary. It's always comes from the self. So being wary of falling into the trap and the delusion of the dream. It's a beautiful one, but it isn't reality. So in your heart space, we have possibilities. Now this is really a call to action. This in many ways represents the divine masculine. We have the eagle, we have the sun in its colors. This is a need to come into action. Remember that the universe is always working for you. The universe is always conspiring with you. I remember reading that in Paulo Coelho the first time. I'm sure it's The Alchemist, and not quite understanding what he was saying. And it's just in that, the fact that the sun rises and falls, rises and sets, the universe is doing everything it can to aid you on your journey. But to seek the possibilities, remember, it's you that needs to fly over the horizon. The universe can bring you the sun. You've got to go there. So a call to action, particularly in the heart space, maybe a releasing of emotions, a letting your guard down and flying. I mean, this is air energy at its best, absolutely soaring forth for the horizon. So strength to your mission. Now, in your air element, we have the miser. And I feel like, wasn't that what, or was it a different reading? But what this really speaks to is needing to break down your walls, air signs. Needing to share your preciousness before it atrophies. The warning with this lady is she is so intent on guarding her treasures, on protecting herself, her most sacred part. So in this instance, I'm getting your heart, really protecting your heart, or protecting what is most dear to you, your gifts, your sparkle, your shine, your gems, and leaving it to the point where it literally solidifies. And where's the point in that? She's no longer even glowing with these things. So really, and here I'm just noticing through this breaking point, it's through your heart space. Air signs, you're needing a focus on your heart space, an action on your heart space, maybe a conversation you're needing to have. To your fire element, intensity. So again, I think this real call to movement within. Again, I feel like your heart space, but I'm not just talking about, I don't say heart space meaning a relationship. A difficult conversation you need to have could just as well be with yourself, more likely be with yourself. Those are ones we certainly put off for longer. So really a flying forth, air signs. I feel like this is truly in your action card. This is absolute forward motion. You are making things happen. Take heart, even if you don't see it particularly, things are moving forward. Remember to keep focusing in on yourself, focusing in on your heart space, and there will be a break in the light, a parting of this veil, and a coming down to your true self, particularly with the fact that we're dealing with the air sign element here. I'm drawn to the cloudiness of all of this in the veil. So dropping, not what makes you, it's not what makes you innately you. It's the sense of dropping the wood for the trees and focusing in on the essence of yourself. That is where you will find the messages in your heart, in your head, but in yourself that you really need to find. So you're on a really beautiful path, air signs, and I feel like this is exactly the card for Halloween weekend, this parting of the veils, this in between world spaces. And again, but last thing on this, the fact that the fire is blue. I think, again, that real call to actions in the heart space. Actions, or sorry, not even, but I was just thinking in terms of the chakras, but yes, a call to a speaking in your heart space, a speaking of your emotions to yourself, to however you need to express that out. Journal, say it to who you need to, write a letter and burn it, but express those emotions. Because overall, my lovely ears, top of the deck we have the burden, and with the bottom of the deck fighting. Now, just the fact that these two figures are completely all facing away from each other, I think there is, you might be, or with the air signs I'm connecting to, you might be experiencing a lot of conflict in, just a lot of conflict, to be honest. A real feeling of looking in two separate directions within yourself or within a situation, and looking with harshness. Both of these figures, main figures, sorry, are really, I mean, squinting, again, a very similar energy to this miser, but really this squinting energy, this hard energy, all of them, these spikinesses in this rock versus the breathability of this type of rock, these mountains. This is you, air signs. This is you in your element, in your space. Don't get bogged down by, I think, the physical and striving for, I'm just getting the physical. There are so many other blessings in this world. So really, again, the break you are being offered, the key you are being offered between these mind spaces, between these clouds, between this anger and animosity, is the honest conversation with your heart as to what it needs, as to what you need. And the universe will conspire to help you achieve it. So, to end off, let's just saw the timer. One card for each of you. Okay, whoa. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Wow. Okay. Gemini, we have you here with the Two of Water, the Two of Cups. Now, I just actually want to pull Libra, your card, in here as well. Schizophrenia, you might have heard me say it before, but don't be bogged down by the word. It's the interpretation of getting stuck between two impossible situations, or two conflicts that we so often find ourselves in. It's always how much comes down to a paradox. So for both, or this is a whole message, I think there is a speaking to being divided, but remember that you can be divided in this open, airy, light, breezy space, or you can be divided in feeling like you completely stuck between two options. You don't have to be stuck between. There is a middle point. There's a middle point where you yourself are whole within and yet can grow with another. And that this part of it all, Aquarius, for you, the source. That's what it all comes down to, guys. you, your divine essence. It's such a beautiful progression. If you are feeling stuck, come back to the self. It's so cliche to say, but it's the message of your heart. It's the message of your heart. Lovely air signs, I hope this has been what you needed. I hope this has found you well, and I'm sending you all my love.